Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Smackdown Live. We are of course on the brand that will have the main event match of WrestleMania between the WWE Champion Bobby Fish and his challenger, the Royal Rumble winner, Kazuchika Okada. But it was last week where Fish and Okada perhaps had their most cutthroat meeting of the minds. Last week Fish destroyed Okada, had Roman Reigns at least help him out in a large extent, and that was the reason why Okada will not be here tonight. But we have to keep on going. We have a huge show tonight. As you see right there, Shinsuke Nakamura and CM Punk one-on-one. Nakamura going to be vying for the Intercontinental Championship. CM Punk with Best in the Beast version 2. Last man standing at WrestleMania. And of course we talked about that man. And there he is. He's in the main event. He's going one-on-one against Sami Zayn. It is Bobby Fish, the WWE Champion, a man who does not have to worry about Okada tonight, and a man who has completely gone off the deep end in order to try and hold on to his WWE Championship, running around last week saying, "All hail Bobby Fish." Well, now here tonight he goes one-on-one against Sami Zayn in an attempt to make everyone, I guess, truthfully, hail down to Bobby Fish. But before we move on to this card, I do want to say why Okada will not be here. The beatdown courtesy of Roman Reigns at the first start, in their match did a number on him, but the attack afterwards and the fish hook in the head gave Okada a concussion, one that he will recover by WrestleMania. The match is still off for WrestleMania, but Okada has been advised to not show up here tonight due to that concussion. And of course, if he shows up and Fish is able to get the jump on him, there's a chance that concussion could come even worse. It is a shame that this happens, but this is the extent to which Bobby Fish has fallen in order to try and hold on to his WWE Championship, going so low as to try and execute injuries onto his opponents to stand a chance of holding on to his title. Well, that is, of course, the main event scene of things. That is the WWE Championship all talked about, but this is another man. This is a man who is hungry to become Intercontinental Champion. Not tonight, though, at WrestleMania, as he has a rematch from a few weeks ago against Kevin Owens. More specifically, 2 weeks ago against Kevin Owens here. Of course, if you saw what happened last week on Smackdown Live, you would know that Owens and Finn Balor were engaged in a cutthroat contest for the Intercontinental Championship, and Kevin Owens quickly proved that he wasn't interested in that title. He was only interested in putting away Finn Balor, and put away he did, striking Finn Balor with a chair and leaving the Intercontinental Champion on the shelf for this week as well. Balor was going to be set to defend the title against Ibushi here tonight, but that ended up not happening. Kevin Owens playing spoiler as he always does, but he has been given an ultimatum here tonight. As of course 2 weeks ago he got himself disqualified against Kota Ibushi as well. If he gets himself DQ'd from this matchup, or if he even uses a weapon, he is gone from the Intercontinental Championship matchup at WrestleMania, and someone else can have his spot. Whether or not Kevin Owens will look to do such a thing, I'm not too sure. Does Kevin Owens care enough about the Intercontinental Championship? I don't know. But he is in the ring here tonight with Kota Ibushi, the runner-up of the 2018 King of the Ring. A man who, of course, was brought into this universe, or brought into SmackDown Live at the very least, through the assistance of Kevin Owens. And now a man who has gone some 6 months without Owens by his side. A man who, like the rest of SmackDown Live and this universe as a whole, was essentially betrayed by Kevin Owens for his own greed. And now a man who, much like Kevin Owens, if he doesn't use a weapon here tonight, when he goes to WrestleMania, is looking to become the Intercontinental Champion for the first time in his career. Ibushi, the only man in that fatal four-way, contesting, of course, of Shinsuke Nakamura and, of course, the Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor, who has not held that title. He'll be looking to make that happen just over a week's time at WrestleMania. But nevertheless, we kick things off here with these two men, and let's see if 2 weeks ago has given Ibushi any other bad blood. We saw him last week in a fine performance against Shinsuke Nakamura, beating the King of Strong Style and walking out with a big-time win over him as well. And now Ibushi looks to keep that going here tonight. In some ways a dark horse in this matchup, considering, the other three in the ring have held the Intercontinental Championship and are world champions. In the case of Kevin Owens and Finn Balor on more than one occasion. In the case of Shinsuke Nakamura, the longest reigning World Heavyweight Champion in the history of this universe. Ibushi is in many ways the underdog, but he's had an incredible 2018 thus far. Of course, that King of the Ring run really showed his extent, and he just took a nasty suplex there on the back of his neck. I was trying to remember the word for it. That the Cobra clutch suplex. There we go, that's the word I was looking for. Owens now has fully started capitalizing on it here and going after Ibushi, launching him up and over there. Let's see what else Kevin Owens will do here. He's not thinking package pile driver this early on, is he? He's not thinking of victimizing Kota Ibushi this early. Thankfully, that was not the case. Instead, he dumps him off the side with a package sidewinder powerbomb, but Ibushi right back into swing of things with a good counter there. And now targets the leg of Owens. Ibushi, of course, has the speed advantage in this one. And will look to use that to his advantage over Kevin Owens. Goes for another moonsault, and Owens moves out of the way, though. Owens, of course, will know Ibushi so well, having trained and taught Ibushi ways in which to succeed in this universe. And Owens is just using all of that offense to his advantage right now. Big super kick again colliding into Kota Ibushi. Once more, he sends him into the turnbuckle. And once more, he may be looking to target in on that neck. DDT there. Big elevation on it as he used the top turnbuckle to his advantage. Cover on Ibushi after it, who kicks out early. But Owens is going after the neck in this one. Hard punch there, and he's almost as if he's telling Ibushi to try something against him. And Ibushi will there. Had him up in the fireman's carry and was able to drop him down. And Ibushi now goes up to the top rope here. Is he thinking? Thought he might have been taking Phoenix Splash, but got the double foot stomp. Good move in itself. Covers Owens after it. Only a 1 count. Oh, nice counter there by Ibushi. Caught him with that one. And now Ibushi looks to keep going here. After some back and forth on the turnbuckle, Ibushi! Phoenix Splash to Owens! And Ibushi will look for the powerbomb here. The move that got him to the finals of the King of the Ring. Oh, and Owens, though, stuffed it. Owens decided that he wasn't going to let that happen. And now Owens throws Ibushi into the turnbuckle once more, turns him round. He's got yet more variations on his mind, yet more ways to target that neck. Oh, God, that was a high angle German suplex there. And a big knee in the face that follows it as well. Kevin Owens now starting to get far more vicious. Ibushi's neck has got to be almost crumbling on itself here. No, no, no. Owens, DDT on the apron. The hardest part of the ring. Unforgiving to Ibushi. And Owens just spiked him on his head out there. That could well end it all. That really could be it. Ibushi's neck has been honed in on by Owens throughout this matchup. And now Kevin Owens wants to put this one away with a big move. He really wants to destroy the neck of Ibushi. Package pile driver. Unnecessary. But I guess it's what Kevin Owens wants to do to get the win. Here's the cover. Here's the count. 1, 2. You are kidding me. Kota Ibushi, that King of the Ring form within him, comes back out to play there as he kicks at it too. Oh, but Owens now is starting to snap. Owens now is starting to lose it. Look at those strikes into Ibushi there. Referee should have tried to split it up. But Ibushi has somehow fought back here. Somehow is able to get something going for himself. In the turnbuckle now. Tornado DDT there to Owens. What more is there for Ibushi to try and look for in this one? Irish whip off the ropes. Drop kick stuffed. Super kick stuffed. Ibushi with an elbow in the back of the head there. Maybe even being on the neck as a little bit of retaliation. Good slam there by Ibushi. But he's feeling the wear and tear of this matchup now. Took him a long time to get up to his feet. Slow, really slow to go into that cover. And that's why Owens, I think, was able to kick out so easily at one there. Looking for something in that triangle leg hold of his again, but it's countered. But look at this by Ibushi. Gonna slam him down here. Into the mat. Great fight back here from Ibushi. Seeing his constant refusal to give in. He has been tormented by Owens throughout this matchup, and he's still trying to stand tall here. He's still trying to fight on. Up high he goes. Moonsault, and he got it. Ibushi slow to lift Owens up, though. Very slow indeed. Kick there. But Owens was pretty much able to get up to his feet right away. He's still feeling pretty fresh in this one. But at the very least, that kick of Ibushi didn't hurt. Michinoku driver now by Owens. Into the cover. There's two. Oh, nearly three. And here come the shots. No, just the one. It was almost as if Owens was telling him to strike again. Ibushi decided to not play to those games. Side headlock takedown now. This one's been far more competitive than I think Kevin Owens wanted it to be. He had that match, in his eyes, sealed at the very moment he hit that pack at the apron DDT even. The package power driver was just Kevin Owens. Wanted to hit a little extra, but Ibushi fought on. What a hard kick that one was in the head. Owens sank to the ground as a result of it. Ibushi now from up high. Phoenix splash by Ibushi. Has he got more in him here? The shining star, the golden star with a moonsault. Into a cover after it. Can Ibushi find a way to win? Oh, he does it! Oh, wow. Take a man's weapons away from him, and what happens? Two things just happened on this in this moment. Owens didn't use weapons, so he's still going to WrestleMania. But Ibushi just beat Kevin Owens. Kota Ibushi has a semblance of revenge for being stabbed in the back and turned on by Kevin Owens all those months ago. Ibushi, your winner. He now has wins over Nakamura and over Owens. The Dark Horse is slowly becoming a favorite to become Intercontinental Champion. And this close to WrestleMania, there might not be that much to stop him from being that, but that's to talk about at a later date. Right now, even though she's got a matchup later on tonight, Becky Lynch is going to have a few words to say in regards to her title match next week against Nikki Cross for the Smackdown Live Women's Championship. Lynch, who is scheduled later on tonight to go one-on-one against Bayley, will instead be, or rather right now, be having a few words to say. She saw what Nikki Cross did to Sasha Banks last week on this show. The pre-match attack, the onslaught during the match. Becky Lynch saw it all and has some things to say about it. And you see there by Lynch, she is ecstatic for next week, but she can't just let herself be happy. She knows what is on the line. She knows this is one of the biggest matches of her career, and in some ways she knows this is do or die for Becky Lynch. And you see there, she quickly turns the attention to Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross and Becky Lynch could not be more different if they tried. What Becky Lynch does for, what Nikki Cross does for fun, Becky Lynch calls her career. What Nikki Cross calls a stroll through the park, Becky Lynch calls a fight for her life. These two women do not agree, do not see eye to eye on wrestling. But Becky Lynch, in more ways than one, welcomes it. Because when that title match rolls around next week, Cross can go look for a walk in the park all she wants. But she needs to realize who she's in the ring with. She needs to realize who she's fighting. And by the time she realizes that, it may be too late. Lynch knows it is do or die. And she is going to be SmackDown Live Women's Champion by the time the week is out. Well, Becky Lynch has let her talking go right there. She has let her words speak for herself there ahead of her matchup later on tonight. Becky Lynch knows it's do or die. And she welcomes it as well. I hope for Becky Lynch's sake, though, she knows what she's getting herself into and who she's getting herself into with. Nikki Cross is not one of those women who you can just talk words to and expect to be victorious over. This is Nikki Cross. This is the woman who ended the dominant and, in many ways, well, the simple word to say it is long reign of Winter on SmackDown Live. Winter has not been seen since she couldn't defeat Nikki Cross in the rematch. Can Becky Lynch do what so many others have been unable to do? Can Becky Lynch beat Nikki Cross and become SmackDown Live Women's Champion next week? She seems to think that she can, and in some ways, for Becky Lynch's sake, I do hope that she can. But that's to come next week. There are 2 title matches to come next week on top of that. And on their way out are the champions who will be defending their belts next week as well. It is War Machine who will be defending their titles next week against the Young Bucks. And you hear that burst there from the crowd towards War Machine as they head towards the ring. Certainly, this duo has been winning over the crowds over these last few weeks, especially since becoming WWE Tag Team Champions. But next week it is a tough matchup for them, a rematch against the former champions in the Young Bucks. They became the #1 contenders kind of through default, and there's no real argument against it. I don't think there was a team that deserved another shot at the titles like the Young Bucks. They were deserving of a rematch anyway, and I don't think there was a #1 contender around that could have tried to challenge them, the Young Bucks, for their position for a shot of these belts. And right now, we see War Machine here warming up for this matchup because they know, even though it's MKULTRA and it's not the Young Bucks, they know they can't just gloss this over and think this is going to be an easy matchup, because it isn't. We've seen MKULTRA put on tough matches before. I think we've seen MKULTRA challenge for the tag team titles before as well. But Hanson and Raymond Rowe want to head into next week with all the momentum that they can carry on with them. To do that, they've got to be victorious here tonight over MKULTRA. So let's see if they can do that here on SmackDown Live. On the shoulders here goes Luke Harper. Drop down there with a sent-on splash as well. So far, so good for War Machine. Let's see what else they're going to look for here. Harper able to bring out the counter. You see Raven on the outside, the leader, of course, of MKULTRA. Wonder if he might try and get himself involved, or if he'll just watch his servants go on here. Back superplex by Luke Harper there to Hanson. Great strength to do something like that, but takes a lot out of you. Harper now going to show off his agility here as he looks to fly over the top rope, but Hanson could read it incoming and moved out of the way, and here come the shots now. We saw how quickly the Young Bucks were able to decimate the Ascension last week on SmackDown Live. Is War Machine looking to try and raise them one, or are they looking to just try and pick up a good victory here tonight? Tag mate here. Raymond Rowe now the legal man in this one. Got to think not just the Young Bucks, but the Elite as a whole are watching this one backstage to see what they can do to try and get the win this time around. To see what they can do on this occasion that they couldn't do the last time. Oh, what a German suplex there by Raymond Rowe to Harper. The back of his head cracked against that turnbuckle. And now he goes the other way across the ring with that fall-away slam there. And you see Harper trying to crawl over to Alexander Wolf in the corner. But War Machine collectively have done a great job of denying that so far. Looks for a shot there. Harper, though, able to counter it. And a Hurricanrana now by Luke Harper. Tag made, and Alexander Wolf is now the legal man in this one. Let's see what will happen here. Big knee in the gut, and other strikes there. The kicks to the chest, the stomps really, by Raymond Rowe come honing in on Alexander Wolf. The Young Bucks are watching this one. They've got to see the power game that is possessed by War Machine. They've got to see that this is just strength. And that may be the Young Bucks' way to victory next week, is to go after those arms, to take away the strength game of War Machine and make them wrestle their style of match, go quick as well, with their very high-flying, high-octane maneuvers. It's going to be tough to beat them, but if they play their cards right, they might just be able to do it. Alexander Wolf right now has done a better job in this matchup, it has to be said, than Luke Harper so far. Wolf. Big Irish whip there as Raymond Rowe comes stumbling out of the turnbuckle, but very quickly able to counter his way out of it. Pushes Alexander Wolf, and a quick flurry of strikes unloads there to floor Wolf down. Uh-oh, I think I know what's on its way. A move that has won War Machine a great many matches. Up in the back suplex, and down with a leg drop. Is that the fate of the Young Bucks next week? There's the cover, there's the count, and there's a kick out by Alexander Wolf. Surprising in some ways for War Machine, but they haven't lost it. They haven't suddenly slipped out of control here. They remain calm. Hansen still going here with Alexander Wolf. Now that he's in off the tag. Jawbreaker there by Hansen now. Uh-oh, black hole slam there. And I think I know what is on its way next. Another move that has won War Machine a great many matches. Up and down we go. There's the power bomb. Harper ain't even up on his feet. This one is over. War Machine, your collective winners. And is this going to be the same that I'll say next week? Will they be defending their tag team titles there as well? A rather easy win over MKULTRA, but one that they needed. And here come the Bucks, the Young Bucks, looking to let War Machine know that next week it is all about those titles. There's no respect or commodities between these two teams, as Matt and Nick Jackson now reign away on the tag team champions. They floor them down there ahead of their title match next week. And will the Young Bucks be standing tall after it's all said and done? I don't know, but this ain't even the only chaos going on right now. Right, we gotta go backstage. We gotta go backstage to this. Nikki Cross and Becky Lynch are engaging now. Lynch was preparing for the matchup in her locker room before Cross blindsided her. They've gone into some kind of boardroom here, I guess, in this arena. Nikki Cross almost leading the way for Becky Lynch now. Ahead of their title match next week as well. We just saw the challengers get their best over the champions. And the champions are going to do the same here, but to the challenger. No, Nikki Cross. Powerbomb. Oh, good God. A powerbomb under that executive table there. We need help for Becky Lynch backstage. We need it right now. God, that was too much by Nikki Cross there. Total chaos is breaking out around here now, and it's almost feeling a little unsafe here on SmackDown Live now with everything going on. But God, I hope Becky Lynch is all right. I hope, yeah, I think War Machine will be fine. They just got blindsided is all, but that was drastic for Becky Lynch. I hope she's gonna be okay. But we're gonna move on here to our next matchup: CM Punk and Shinsuke Nakamura one-on-one here in this one. This is No, no, no! No! Punk, turn around! Turn around, please! Please, Brock Lesnar from behind with a steel chair to lose a WrestleMania opponent! God damn it, Brock Lesnar's here! Lesnar is here on Smackdown Live, and he's going right after CM Punk as quickly as he can. No, no, no. Just dumping him over his head here. These two men made a WrestleMania and a last man standing match, but right now, Brock Lesnar wants to be the only man standing out of these two men. He goes after CM Punk here with nothing but hatred and vengeance in his eyes. And Brock Lesnar is not finished yet. Brock Lesnar ain't done. Oh, here come the triple German suplexes now of Brock Lesnar. The trip to Suplex City for CM Punk before WrestleMania. And Lesnar has one last stop for Punk to go on as well. One more trip to go down. Exit F5. And the chaos continues on Smackdown Live. Brock Lesnar laying in to CM Punk now. Oh God, Lesnar ain't done. Lesnar's brought a table into the mix now. Oh God! CM Punk's back, smashing off the top of the table before it's even set up. Brock Lesnar has made sure to finish off this work here. Brock Lesnar has made sure that Punk will not be at 100% of WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar wants to do one last piece of work here to CM Punk. Punk trying to fight back here, pushes him back just a little bit. But Lesnar able to grab on a Punk right away there. That fight back of his was worthless. Oh, clothesline down there on the table. And once more, Lesnar just sets it up. He can take as long as he likes. Punk ain't gonna worry him. Punk ain't gonna be able to race back up to his feet and stop him here. Into the table that time round. Lesnar again now with Punk. Sends him into the table. This is just getting rough. Very rough here by Brock Lesnar. But it's what he wants to do to CM Punk. It's what he thrives. He thrives in hurting CM Punk. And at WrestleMania, this will all be legal until a count of 10. F5 through the table. Oh my God. Everything has just fallen apart here on Smackdown Live. Everything has just become like that table. Everything is torn into pieces. Now we need help for CM Punk. We're here. This is the main event. CM Punk was left laying in the ring. Becky Lynch was left laid out backstage. It has been total chaos tonight on Smackdown Live. A show that I would never expect to use that word on. And it just didn't get any better. It just didn't get any easier. Because now look what's going on. Now look who's here. The WWE Champion blindsiding his opponent before their matchup. Bobby Fish truly has snapped as a result of Kazuchika Okada. And Fish now is going after Zayn here. Unnecessary attack here on the outside. And Bobby Fish seems awfully happy about what he's done already. This one hasn't even got underway yet, and he's targeting Sami Zayn. He's beating him down here. Well, he's trying to. There's a fight back by Zayn at least. And here goes Zayn. Oh, well, there goes Zayn. He was hoping for something there, but very quickly just stopped in his tracks. And Fish now. Exploder suplex to Zayn. We saw him last week dismantle Okada. That fish hook of his giving Okada a minor concussion. And Fish, Heyman and Co were so proud of what Bobby Fish did. so glad that Fish took action for his WWE Championship. Because nothing screams taking action like taking out your WrestleMania opponent in an escape to run away from him because he's had the upper hand on you. Oh, God. It was that just snap kick there, the old way of the fish hook. Just being struck that quick and hit a dragon screw now. Sami Zayn is being torn apart here. That attack from behind by Fish has just been a complete travesty that has allowed him to take control here. This is the WWE Champion who has held that belt now for over 400 days. And this is the ways he still goes about his actions. Like a coward. Sami Zayn with a counter there though. And now Zayn returning the favour with a quick shot there to Bobby Fish. Zayn going to keep fighting for himself here. Zayn keeping it going here. Strike there to Bobby Fish now. And here goes Sami Zayn. He's fighting back here. He ain't letting Fish keep him down. He flies. Oh, went for the pop-up dropkick and was stuffed there. And look at how Fish just goes right back to how he wanted it to be. Stomping away now at the legs of Sami Zayn. Trying to take away that speed from him. Zayn responds with a downward spiral there. Up on that second rope he goes now. Sami Zayn feeling it here. Can he still keep himself going here? Can he still keep himself bouncing around? Up to that top. And there's the crossbody. Cover here to try and get a huge upset on the champ. It ain't happening. These two men met before for the WWE Championship back at the Great American Bash. Back in July. When Fish was going through his historic reign. Now he is just over a week away from main eventing WrestleMania against Kazuchika Okada. After Okada has gone through the Dangerous Alliance, there is only him left. But right now, he's preoccupied with Sami Zayn, who just did an amazing job there in walking the ropes and hitting that DDT. Big time dropkick in the back there of Fish as well. Sami Zayn now is starting to get fired up, and Bobby Fish does not seem too happy about it. Blue Thunder Bomb! Zayn didn't look for the cover right away. I think he was too fatigued. Now he slowly goes for the cover. But he took way too long there in going for it and allowed Fish an easy kick out. Zayn going to Irish whip Fish into the turnbuckle here. Uh-oh. Will he let it be? Is it going to happen for Sami Zayn? Helluva kick! Helluva kick by Zayn! Right in front of Paul Heyman. Right in the jaw of the WWE Champion. Please, 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 please let it be. Cover. One. Oh. What is this man made of? What is Bobby Fish made of? How? How do you kick out? I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. Zayn flies in though. He's still going here. Heyman has been watching on, and he hasn't really moved that much. He's been, I think, in shock at what's going on here. Fish moved out, ducked his head there to get out of the way of that one, though he's still dazed heavily from the Helluva kick. Tried for a drop kick there on Zayn and failed. Bobby Fish, for the dominant WWE Champion that he tries to put himself across as, really struggling here to deal with Sami Zayn. Uh-oh. Capture suplex there, though, to Zayn. And now, once again, with him down on the mat, Fish will look to rein in with his strikes here. Uh-oh. Here goes Fish now. In position. Brainbuster onto the knee. He's had enough matches with Sami Zayn in the past to know that he'll need more than one of these to put him away. But with how devastating the kick was last week, he may only need the one. Fish in position with a fish hook across the head. Zayn tried to cover up, but it weren't enough. That kick corked Sami Zayn. He ain't moving. 1, 2, 3. He did it. And I fear that that may be another one on the list of concussions, because Zayn, he ain't moving at all. Bobby Fish was victorious, but for some reason it doesn't look like it was enough. Zayn clutching onto his head. Oh no. Heyman sliding in a chair now. Bobby Fish is going to take a chair to Sami Zayn. It's Okada! Okada's here! At the last moment, when hell seemed to be closing its doors, Okada came in, pried them open and made the save for Sami Zayn. Fish and Heyman reeling away. Okada makes the save. Fish's antics won't work the way he wants them to here tonight. And at WrestleMania, will they even work to begin with? Fish and Okada getting more and more heated with the weeks that pass. And there's only one until WrestleMania.